Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over VPNs inside of Call of Duty. More specifically, we're going to cover what is one, why people use one, and how to use one. And in and around all that, we'll be covering some of the common misconceptions and myths covering VPNs. So without further ado, let's crack on with the video. So what is a gaming VPN? A gaming VPN helps spoof your location, making Call of Duty in this case think you're playing the game at a different location, normally with an overall lower player count. Now you might be thinking, why would you want to do this instead of just playing on your local servers? Well, because of a little known thing called skill-based matchmaking, or SBMM for short. SBMM has been plaguing Call of Duty for a long time now and gaining considerable hatred from the introduction of Modern Warfare 2019 all the way up until today, and it ain't going anywhere soon. Now this video isn't going to be about SBMM specifically, but in a nutshell, it aims to rig your gameplay experience by playing with other players of your level in an attempt to protect the lower skill player base. Now as much as this sounds fair on the face of it, it has ruined the natural gameplay arc of such a casual pick up and play game. So just to blast over a few quick points as to why it's bad overall for the game, or it's like playing ranked without the rank. You're forced to play with a meta which creates a very repetitive gameplay loop. You can't play with friends outside of your skill level. It favors skill metrics over ping, so lobbies lag, and you can't relax and play the game like the good old days. So there's a few points as to why it's really not a good thing overall for the game, even though I do believe it's important to protect the lower skill player base. But like I say, SBMM is a topic for another day. But I'm sure you guys already have an understanding of it, as it's the most asked question around the Call of Duty franchise currently. So now we've taken a quick detour, let's go over how the VPN actually works. So like I say, it takes your data and makes the Call of Duty matchmaking system think you're playing in another location when in fact you're still on your local servers. So now COD can't enforce the strict matchmaking metrics to find the perfect lobby for you, as it would take way too long on a Hawaiian server, for example, where the player base simply isn't large enough to find the sweaty lobby it wants to put you in. So to keep you playing the game, you get put on the next available lobby on your server without the strict matchmaking enforcements. Now this lobby won't be a bot lobby all of the time, as you may think. This is because the next available lobby could still just happen to be an absolute sweatfest, or could be a full-blown bot lobby, or middle of the park average lobby. But now at least you're capable of getting these lobbies, and if coupled up with playing at off-peak times or playing with lower level teammates or using a geofence on top, which we will cover in this video, you stand a great chance of getting those magical bot lobbies. So before we go over the VPN I'm using and how you can get it with a discount, we are going to quickly cover some of the myths of VPNs. VPNs are against the Call of Duty terms of service. VPNs aren't actually against Call of Duty's TOS. They've openly allowed them for years now, so you won't ever get banned as a direct result of using one. VPNs give you bot lobbies. They absolutely do. However, it's not going to be every single game as discussed earlier, as you will be put into various lobbies with varying skill, but it's still overall bypassing the skill-based matchmaking system. Because when you think of it like this, there's way more bad players than good, therefore there has to be more bot lobbies than sweaty ones. So as a law of average, you'll find yourself in a lot of the bot lobbies. They give you high ping. Now, if you were to use a traditional VPN like Express, for example, then you'd absolutely get high ping because all of your data is being rerouted through another server, so that takes extra time for all your data to travel to the server and get back to you. However, with a gaming VPN, it only takes a smaller portion of your data to tell COD you're in another location when you're not, so you're put on local servers still, so you actually get better ping than even the standard matchmaking provides. I VPN and I was in the same lobby as my favorite streamer. Just because you're using a VPN, because you're still getting into local servers, it doesn't mean everyone in that lobby is also using a VPN. As a caveat to that, however, I will say the vast majority of Call of Duty content creators are using VPNs and geofences to help find the best lobbies, and even if they say they aren't, it's fairly obvious to see in their gameplays. Now for the part we've all been waiting for, guys, what VPN do I personally use? I use SBMMOFF. I've been using SBMMOFF now for at least 2 years, and I can honestly say I can't fault their service at all. Unlike other VPNs, it's a one-off payment, so there's not actually a recurring yearly subscription which every other VPN company has, and it's completely future-proofed, as the software is updated to work on every upcoming COD title like Call of Duty Black Ops Gulf War coming later on this year. So once it's purchased, you're absolutely sorted forever. The other main benefits of this VPN in particular are 52 locations to choose from which show local time zones, strict and open NAT types for each location, 24/7 support, access to Discord community with over 20,000 members, geofence with 9 locations to choose from. Now, a lot of you might not know what a geofence is or how it actually works, so let us explain. A geofence essentially puts an invisible wall around a given area and only allows you to find servers within that area. This is especially helpful for those in Europe or the US that can exploit the time zone differences between the two places and therefore help get better lobbies. But with the geofence, do be prepared for slightly higher wait times and ping due to physically altering where you're actually playing the game. But powering this up with a VPN will be super effective at finding the best lobbies, and it's another feature that other VPN providers don't have access to. So anyway, guys, there is currently a discount on the VPN on their website, but you can also get a further $4 off your order by using code CALLOS at checkout. And also, there will be a link in the description box down below, so make sure you click on that link to get over to the website. But for the last part of the video, guys, I'm just going to quickly show you how the VPN works and how to get it set up and started. Right, guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do, if you've just downloaded SBMMOFF for the first time, you're going to want to go into this part here and then select your game exe. It's very straightforward. It's basically just finding your Call of Duty file that you've downloaded and add it to this so it knows to use the VPN for Call of Duty. You'll know when this works because when you go on COD and you go to the server that you're playing off, it'll be the server that you've connected to via the VPN. If it hasn't worked, you've done something wrong, but basically you come in here, select it, and then you're good to go. Okay, so when you first turn it on, this is what you're going to be greeted with. You've got your 52 locations here on the right hand side. You've got all of the different locations to choose from on here, and you can just click and connect as you would. And yeah, so on the right hand side, you've got the different time zones. So like I say, you want to go for somewhere with an early time zone, anywhere from like early morning, like 2 a.m. through to like 6 a.m. Obviously, this is when the player count's at its lowest, so there's the SBMMs, it's least strict. So if you can go to, for example, I can see here, USA, California, it's currently 5:30 in the morning. You've got a better chance of getting a bot lobby on that server than you have somewhere that's like mid-afternoon or peak evening or something like that. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So yeah, you choose from any one of the locations. You've also got your open and strict NAT type. I don't fully understand. I'm not a computer guy. I don't fully understand how this works. Although what I will say is I personally come on, I select strict, and then I go down, and I personally like to use Kazakhstan. It gives us good lobbies, so I'll always try that. And then it's a simple case of click and connect. Once it's green, crack on, you go on COD, you'll see you're in Kazakhstan, if you know what I mean. So also every other week, what I'll try and do just for a bit of housekeeping is I will click this button here and it'll update the server list. So there's been any updates or any servers added, it'll update it, refresh the servers that they're using for the VPN, and it just gives you the most up-to-date and better chance of getting a bot lobby. Okay, so let's move on to the Geofence part. Okay, so once you click Geofence, this is what you're greeted with. There's, like I say, there's 9 different locations here, and all it simply is, as the video says, is once you connect to that server, whether it be Europe, USA, East Coast, West Coast, Texas, whatever it is, you will only find servers in that location. It puts an imaginary barrier around it, and you'll only connect the servers on there. And it is just a simple case of clicking, which we'll do here. Click Texas, for example. And now it's just applying the settings, and it will connect. Okay, so it's just connected there. Like I say, it's gone green. And then we'll come back here. It says Geofence Texas activated. Now, like I said also in the video, the thing with the Geofence compared to a VPN is you do physically move your location over to that area on that server. So you can experience packet loss and a little bit more lag sometimes. But what I will also say as a caveat to that is you also get your best lobbies. Like when you're on those servers, I find that you can use a Geofence and not a VPN. I mean, I use both just for like, because why not, right? But when I use a Geofence, that definitely gives you the bottiest of lobbies. Like I use WARZONE Agent alongside this, which tells you the average KD of any lobby. And I can tell you, like, even last night when I was streaming, I had a little bit of packet loss and whatnot, but I was definitely connecting to the West Coast. And I was getting like 0.59s, 0.6s, you know, when I'm normally getting 1.5 KD up to 2 KD averages, like basically ranked without the ranked level, right? Which is why we all VPN in the first place. But anyway, guys, that's essentially how it works in a nutshell. It's very straightforward and easy to use. And yeah, I hope this has helped.